Ella Malacas! Ella! Calimera! Tiganis? Calimera! We're going to play this game as if Greece colonized South America, so everyone speaks Greek. Down there. Kalasi. Kala. This is all you need to know in Greek, by the way. Kala. And they say it in such a cool way, such a chilled way. It has an incredibly powerful effect on everyone. In England, they say something like, "You're right," in that kind of like slightly tense way. You're right. You're right. United Nations official has just subscribed. Thank you to the UN for coming today to learn from Evil Gang about media really and communication of different messages. That's why the UN are here. Yeah. The secret ingredient to comedy in Tropico 6 appears to be house thought. UN. So you want to watch out for them in the chat today, but there is a lot of important work going on. I'm good. Hopefully everyone from the World Bank is rested, and they've got their laptops open. Malacas does mean goon. Yeah, it does. It does indeed. Actually, maybe Prickly Triangle can help me a bit. Like, when you want to say bastards, like normally when you're talking about politicians, I heard them use like malaki something, malakitis, or like there's like a way of making that word a lot harsher. Yeah, hopefully everybody's done their homework on Theatre of the Oppressed, because that's what this project is based in. Theatre of the Oppressed by Augusto Boal, which was an experimental theatre theory which originated, I think, in the 70s. He was kind of trying to teach the masses at the time in Brazil how they could use drama to reflect on their problems and theatre, and he got exiled. And then he went all around the world working with different disenfranchised, vulnerable groups to get them to stage their oppression and find ways to change it. And The Rainbow of Desire has many, many beautiful little anecdotes from Boal about the impact that it had. But it is actually a very risky form of theatre of the oppressed. Rainbow of Desire is kind of the most risky. And you have to enter it. I don't know. Maybe that's a separate presentation. I think on the difficulties of doing Rainbow of Desire in the way he wanted. You need to be very good at this theory. But in general, Theatre of the Oppressed is really fun, and there's loads of little files on how to stage Theatre of the Oppressed workshops. If you're a teacher and you're interested in using that in your class. That stuff is not so hard to learn, and often involves, for instance, I'll start with the basics, like newspaper theatre, where you basically take an article from the newspaper, but then you create a tableau that represents that newspaper and the power dynamics within it, and then basically by changing the tableau, by interacting with the theatre, you analyse and change the power dynamics into something a little bit more fair. Yeah, and then of course there's image theatre, and then what we did at forum theatre is where you kind of act out a scene, right? Maybe something simple would be you act out the relationship between a union, a trades union, and the industry that they're attached to, and the government maybe. And the first bit of forum theatre we did in Prague was actually about Guatemala and the United Fruit Company. So that's very relevant to this game. I'm not going to go into the detail of that right now, but basically the play involves staging various scenes from that relationship, the power dynamics. I think it's Guatemala, correct me if I'm wrong. Guatemala and the United Fruit Company. I don't want to get the country wrong. Early 50s maybe. There was some incidents between America as a superpower at the time and United Fruit Company as a kind of mega powerful corporation at the time, and a country and all of this. And that kind of opens up that whole very dark history of United Fruit, that's what it was called. And it was the bad guy. And basically these social students were like staging it and then reflecting on how they could change this world. But the rules are that you can't use violence and you can't use magic. But in this game you can use violence. You can't use magic. You can use violence. But we are not going to, I think. Well, when we get to the final game, maybe we're gonna create this disaster world that we're gonna fix. With that, we'll see how Terra Kitten gets involved today. But yeah, I can't remember why I wanted to say this a little bit, but just to deviate into history. Certainly one thing that you learn when you move to kind of Central Eastern Europe is they have a different take on World War II and what happened. It's the United Fruit Company is here. Oh wow, thank you. You're going to be a bit of a hot topic today, although we don't actually grow much fruit on the island. It's mainly a milk, sugar, booze enterprise at the moment, a steal to appease the US. But anyway, welcome to the chat, welcome to Evil Gang Core. Hopefully you'll learn a lot about yourself today. But by staging these relationships, the students get to analyse it, and a lot of these students were going on to work in places like the UN, to be fair, and other non-governmental organisations, and they are keen to help with these international relations problems and environmental problems, and there's a lot of passion. And I think my criticism of it, from what I can see from the outside, is these students kind of go up into this kind of technocratic world and it feels a lot like management, speak. And I think they end up getting slightly divorced from the people, which you can see because the people are all the centre is beginning to vote against the stuff that these students kind of want to see achieved. And that's sad, right? Because those students are, correct to some extent, like we have to save the environment we live in. It's not really a choice. It's just kind of what state we want to live in, right? But anyway, you learn a different approach to history, and just to flag up any kind of problematic content before we get started, the Axis powers are in this game, in this stage 2 of the game, and we're not going to interact with them. We're not going to trade with them. We're not going to support the fascists. So I just want to be clear about that, in case anybody thinks this is some kind of weird underground. I just want to say that on the surface, we're not going to support the fascists because I do not encourage that in the real world at all. I do want to say though that when you change your view of World War II, right, and you learn more about it, and you learn about it from different perspectives to different parts of the world, then it's difficult to not see this as a battle between 5 demons, 5 mega demons, because you can't absolve the British Empire, right, of crimes against humanity. That's not through battle, right? Which I think is, with the neo-medievalist approach, is maybe we purged our crimes from the past through those conflicts. But at the time, the British Empire was sitting atop an empire built on the back of slavery, piracy, drug dealing, all sorts of different kinds of criminal extortion. And there are all sorts of apologists for it. Like, again, history buffs might have read Niall Ferguson's Empire, which kind of claims, yeah, okay, the British were bad, but we were nicer than the French, right? Or something like that. Which is kind of the lesser evil argument, right? Which is basically the one we're making, because we have to support one of these powers to get through this age, right? So we're going to take it on the surface here that the Allies are the lesser evil, but I do not think in any way that Stalin, who is one of the Allies, was not, you know, a demonic force in the same way that Hitler was, or Mussolini was, or to some extent Churchill was. I don't know about FDR, you know, that's why I think maybe the US can, at least on the surface, appear to be the lesser evil. But the US had its own mini empire at that time, and it had a very, very complicated social politics, segregation, all sorts of things that we would think are grotesque through modern eyes. So yeah, and Stalin like killed like 50 million people, right? Like, Stalin was an absolute butcher. And I'm going to confess now, I was a bit of a Stalin apologist before I moved to this part of the world, because I played a lot of Axis and Allies growing up, and I'd always played Russia in that game, because no one else wanted to play Russia, right? Because Russia starts at a really bad place in Axis and Allies in terms of the how much power it's got. It's pretty much on the end, and you've got to fight back. And there's a lot of heroism that happened in the Russian soldiers, you know, and the soldiers of the USSR in general, not wanting to exclude any nation state that served in that, you know, in that kind of coalition. But still, the guy was like massacring his own people, sending people to gulags, suppressing everything, right? Absolutely brutal. And often people in the West, if you look at the history of, like, you know, socialism and so on, they tend to apologize. In the early days, they would apologize for that, because no one kind of knew what was really going on, right? But as the truth kind of got out and people became aware, right, then you're siding with Stalin against Hitler, right? You're starting with a pretty bad demon who's brutalizing his own people. And then you kind of wake up a little bit from this fairy tale. And it's such a powerful neo-medieval fairy tale, World War II. And the Czechs got a brutal end of it, you know? And maybe the final example before we actually start playing. The Czechs, we called it the Munich Agreement, right? Basically where we handed over, I think, the Czech Republic in its entirety to Germany, the French and the British. And in Czech you learn it as the Munich Betrayal, right? And imagine what it would have felt like. My granddad used to tell me stories about how the Americans were sending iron and oil to the Germans right up until the outbreak of World War II, to some extent because they were arming Hitler to fight Stalin, or to at least like do damage to Stalin, to soften Stalin up, because they were so worried about communism. So what was it called? Trianon? Is that what it's called? Yeah, so anyway, again, when you learn this part of the world, and then you learn about communism and what happened in the Warsaw Pact and all of that in a bit more detail, it changes your view on things. So I'd give it as a good example of a neo-medieval kind of view of World War II, is this good guys versus bad guys, you know, the knights in white armour versus the Black Knights and so on. But it is much more complicated than that, which is what Kingdom Come is trying to give you the message of, I think, you know, it's like pick your war criminals. So yeah, a bit of a dark message, but I wanted to be clear, we're not going to be working with the Axis in any way. Come what may, we might have to fight them. But I do want to just say that everyone needs a more nuanced view of history. Yeah, the UK, but at the moment, the UK is kind of shockingly off track. And it's... yeah, it's not good. It's not good. Anyway, so, but we're here to have fun, and the UN are watching, right? Because they're learning how to solve these problems with comedy, right? Which is pretty much the only way, as I said. Because if you keep kind of dooming out the centre, then they're going to run. They're going to run away. So, all right. Just a recap of the situation. Then let's start playing. Oh, is anybody doing questions before I go into the game? Oh, actually, I haven't set my thing up. Scuffed stream. United Fruit. Okay, all right. Before. Okay, all right. How chilled out am I today? I'm all right. It got a little bit reduced yesterday, I have to say, but Tropico might boost it back up. You're depressed enough as it is. Please start the game. Yeah. But it is important to flag these things up. I'm sorry. I feel that it's important to flag these things up myself. But sometimes I forget and I wander into some problematic content in one of these games, and you're playing in front of 100 people. So it's important to be clear on that. Morrowind, yeah, Morrowind's probably going to bring it back, and I'm going to go and have a nice walk today and freshen up. But we didn't sleep so well. Right, okay. Kitten Beach, let's do it. Let's Kitten Beach it. All right, so this is what we have so far. This is the situation. We tend to look at the map like this, but when you're playing this game, you want to kind of look at it from different angles. We're probably going to win this election, but the election is in 2 years. So we want to keep an eye on that. Definitely. But at the moment we have 36% approval for the Kitten Beach regime, 14% against, and 50% meh, which is fine. That's good. But yeah, we need to keep an eye on it. We've got loads of money, so everyone's probably happy. We can probably raise wages in certain areas. I'd like to restructure this bit in Better Kitten Land because we don't need so much ROM now, and ROM is a first kind of phase product, so it starts losing its value. But it's still kind of worth making ROM and then supplying your own restaurants and your own bars with that. We have promised to improve fun because that was the weakest thing on the island. We've got good... Well, these guys are propaganding capitalism over in English-speaking land. So everywhere within that blue circle, everybody who lives there is reading English-speaking cats newspaper and going, yes, capitalism is great. Right? They're probably working in a bank or a school. As you see, the school can change settings. We can do military or parochial. Okay, that's religious. That's the religious section. We built this embassy because we really need to get the allies back on side. Otherwise, they'll just invade and crush us. So we have to do that. We also nicked Stonehenge, which is going to be good for fun, actually, and happiness. The circus. Let's get rid of that road. Yeah, okay, so that's covered all the things that we have to do. We have to deal with the Americans, and we have to deal with the election. So we just need to keep an eye on that. Probably going to restructure this area, and maybe finish this little district here. And then I'll explain what our choices are. But if you're new to the Kitten Beach stream, it's based on the cats. And if you saw the art at the beginning, Bublina did a kind of political diagram art with the different cats, and that kind of sums up this phase. So, and we've split them into districts so we can talk about them. But you can integrate all of this in your own game. You don't need to have it split into like zones like this. This, I just thought it would make it easier to talk about them. And Yeah, one final thing, if you are playing, because I saw some of you started playing Tropico, when you build a power plant, this is a common mistake, you leave this open and it fills up with 6 power plant people, and they are expensive. So if you're not actually using the electricity, you want to just turn it down to the minimum, and you need to get the substation so you get coverage. Yeah, and just these districts so you know what's going on before we start making decisions about them. This is Terra Kitten's realm. There's some flop houses here, and the people who live in here, they either work in this barracks, probably, or one of the mines, which at the moment have almost human protocol. We can shift that to profit protocol, which makes us even more money, but they work longer. So that's one example. We've got cash, and then they process that into steel, and we're sending that to the Americans. And we want to keep a bit of money in the bank, otherwise the banks start hurting us. So if we actually spend, we need to keep, I reckon, like 30,000 for those banks to keep functioning in our advantage. What's my food for brunch today? Yeah, today I am having, this is a brunch, I don't know what everybody else is having, you've all been talking about that. This is a kind of ginger, like a ginger chocolate sponge. Look, we built 2 banks, I said banking is medicine. Come on, what do you want from me? Okay. Live deliciously. Oh, great with digestives. British maxing. Yeah, good call, good call. Love digestive. Well, back in the day when I could eat them. Yeah, have cake. It's like I'm seeing it as like a cafe thing. It's a cafe for the bourgeoisie. You know what I am not? I am not a British. I'm not a British breakfast guy. A big breakfast. I think often it's done as a kind of like, you know, like it's a demonstration of, oh, look what I can eat. You know, it's like a test of your virility or something. And it's like, but I think eating that amount in the morning is can't give you. My favourite savoury breakfast, which I love, is Eggs Benedict. I don't want to start my day with beans and blood sausage and 5 eggs. Right, okay, the people are wobbling a little bit. I think we should improve the pay. If we improve the pay and no one's coming to the circus, no one's even here. That's terrible. We promised fun. So let's pay them more, and I don't think we need so much rum. Yeah, let's finish these off, what we have, and then like close that sector down a little bit. 47%, there you go. Great. Alright, just keep our eye on that. Let's just finish this. We'll put the clinic by the subby station. So one thing we are going to do today, which I think is really good and is worth learning how to do this, it's in one of the kind of World War II scenarios, but we're going to hire some doctors. Let's hire some doctors from the outside world, pay them rent. Although I did say, I know that I'm not a big fan of the doctor class. You need them. Lord Rogers, no, Lord Rogers off. He's done. He's retired to an estate in Longland. Now we can improve these to even nicer houses later on. Is that another one there? No. Maybe let's put a little... This is MCAT's world. He's, well, she's in charge of the religious faction. Currently, he's only got one church, and we're making everyone pay to go there. And it's kind of in the middle. So what we're going to need to do to make this kind of district approach work is we're going to need to use that wonderful socialist innovation called public transport. You're leaving if there's no Lord Roger. Alright. Well, maybe I can do the voice. Well, hello. And they worked for 36 hours straight. Which was delicious. You like the morning stream? Okay, Esther. Yeah, I want to use the morning, right? So if people are up and interested, and maybe we can do something different, but I just wanted to do Kitten Beach stuff. This is self-indulgent, but hopefully it's fun and a little bit educational. Ooh. Hello, Roger. Fancy meeting you here. You have to watch the stream at 1 AM tonight. Oh, okay. Win has to concentrate when I'm playing KCD, but you can just chill right here. See, look, Stonehenge is bringing the palm trees back to life. It looks great. I think we're going to win this election, no problem. All right, Better Kittens Pirates are back. Let's... they're still working the rum, though. Maybe we leave it. We need more people. Why don't we send Better Kitten on a rescue mission? Oh, is it Luke's stream you were watching? Oh, you've been up till... Okay, I see. Sorry, he's in Australia, right? Yeah, sorry, we're all over the place. Alright. Right. That's going back up. That relationship with America is going back up. That's important. That's good. Okay, yeah, I wanted to send Better Kitten to rescue some more people. In Virginia, there's a life-size recreation of Stonehenge called Foamhenge. Well, are the rocks at Stonehenge even the actual rocks, or were they moved and replaced by replicas? Isn't that the case on Charles Bridge? Are some of those replicas on Charles Bridge? There were koalas. Oh, cool. Okay, I still think we're gonna just coast this election. We're making money. Everything's working efficiently. Okay, all right. Well, let's research the radio, and then Better Kitten can do their thing. Okay, so do you want the... Okay, let's stop and have a chat. Better Kitten's pirate radio station. Would you like that to broadcast like free speech? Or we can make adverts and we can make money from everyone living in the vicinity of that. Oh, it's workplaces, so it's the people listen to it at work. Or we can start turning them into communists. So vote freedom, money, or communism. You want to leave it on free speech, open mind, which give people a sense of freedom, or we can make money off them, or we can turn them into communists. So just vote speech, money. Want to do a poll? Are you asking me if I want to do a poll? Yeah, do a poll then. Do a poll. I'll eat some cake, Nella. Oh, good morning, Nella. Are you in a cafe? I think we're going to do a proper poll. Although it looks like communism's going to win. I think we're going to do a proper poll on this one, so everyone just relax. We'll let some time pass. Okay, people are a bit more interested in the circus, but Wizards and Magic is like excessive. We can go to Beasts and Blood and make more money. Though you're probably not going to be into the Tigers stuff, but like, that's where the money is. Better Kitten's going to get a disproportionate amount of power if we do vote for communism on the radio. Like, really. Catmunism. Who came up with that? Cat Prickly Triangle, that's great. Catmunism. I think the official mod polls are unriggable. Everyone's in the circus. It's a hob. You having fun? Oh, the communists love us, though. But there are more capitalists. You see, look. English-speaking cats newspaper. That's had a big effect. So there aren't as many... Look, that we're an island of mainly... Well, capitalists and militarists together is 170 of our people. And they're 130. Communism won. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I don't know. I was a spy. No, was it? I was a communist. But I was a communist for the FBI. That's great. Look at that. Alright, I still want to close one of these places down. When they're out of sugar. No, let's do it now, because otherwise we'll be here forever. We need to spend some time on Better Kitten, I think. Communicats. Someone talked about Kitty Pirate Island Adventure or something. Would that be better to do with like Michael or something? This is political kitten therapy for the early morning Canadian. Matt Berry. Matt Berry. Election in 6 months, 42% of the vote, 12% naysayers. We're good. We're good. Let's get rid of this then. This is our cheese factory. We have got a lot of milk going in that cheese factory. That's going to make us a lot of money. I suggest we pay them more because we've got a lot of milk in there. There's been a lot of milking done on this island. It's been well milked. And now it needs to be cheesed. So I reckon we pay them at maximum.
I'm sure the good citizens of Tropico intend to vote for you.
Vote freely.
I myself.
But this is the point where you can rig the polls
many times.
in this game. So if you do want to rig polls, then this is your moment. The voice I did for communist. Oh, is it Matt? Okay, all right. It was yeah. I think the full one is something like, "I was a communist spy, but I was a spy for the FBI." I'm quoting a post stuff during like McCarthyism. Sorry if you didn't get that. I was referencing McCarthyism. Because you want to watch it, right? Getting two communists with America right next to you. And this is coming back to the story of the United Fruit Company. No, everyone can vote freely. Freedom! Okay, and that gives us a little bit more space over in Better Kitten Land to do something. And what I was going to suggest, which will make us even more money, and the problem we have with weapon production for Terra Kitten, which is the next step for Terra Kitten, is buses. Don't let me forget buses. But the next step for Terra Kitten weapon production, we have to get the nickel from over here. We need like a mini nickel town, which is going to be an extension of Terra Kitten's realm. I don't know if we have the people for that yet. No, we don't really have the people for that. So what I was going to suggest is... No, that's not even that good though. These guys need to do more work. Well, we could build boats, right? We need to develop an industry. We need to develop an industry from this era. And there are some comedy things that we haven't done yet, which may be worth it. These are new. The mask factory reduces people spreading disease. But we've got diseases off because I don't understand the mechanic. We can make fireworks. And with fireworks we can do other stuff. We need logs and coconuts. We don't have many logs. Balloons, which are fun, and you can get like little balloon displays over the island that do different things that might work here. But we need rubber, and one of those farms, I think one of the farms can turn into rubber now if you want to make balloons and other rubber products. We could do that, but I was thinking the shipyard and putting that in Better Kitten World. But we really need weapons, balloons, or ships, or all of that, probably. And if we want to make clothes, which would be good as well, or can things, that's kind of cat-coded, isn't it? We could can fish. We could can fish. We need a lot of people fishing though. Anyway, so these are the decisions we have to make. So I'm going to turn back to the group now. Let's win this election. Let's win the election, and then we'll decide what we're going to do next. While everyone's slowly morphing into communists. We can't do drugs. There's no. I don't. Maybe it can be modded, but I didn't mod it. We can't grow cocoa.
That was a close one, Presidente. Apparently, some citizens need to be reminded just how much they love you.
Sorry, I just got a weird call. Hang on. Wait, what's banned again? Did I miss something? Get banned? Canned fish for kittens. Mod it then. Can we grow mint? What's a cold classic? Sorry, I missed that. No Coke, boring, yeah, well. Does a lot of damage to society, gang. Does a lot of damage to society. Does that drug. And there's a whole history of that, which I'm probably as evil gang. And since the UN here, you know, the true story of the cocaine industry, which I'm sure, I think there's stuff about this on loads of films on this and Netflix documentaries and stuff, but this is another thing that was highly corrupted. The war on drugs. But yeah, we can't go there in the game. Gonch. Gonch? Okay. I'll make a note. Goncharov. We want to see society burn. No, we don't. You live in society. Look, all things from nature are okay in certain amounts, but the things that are very addictive can cause problems. If I need to say that. But there's some weird stuff now. You don't like new things I hear about drugs. You know, like spice. Wait. Fon needs to. Oh, hang on. All right. We won the election. It's okay. We're in charge still. But we have 2,455 days to clear up Fon. That's already... Well, look, you see, we can change that to... Because this is decreasing the service quality, Wizards and Magic. So I think we need to go to Beasts and Blood. Or Clowns and Popcorn. But we're going to bring more entertainment in. We're going to bring more entertainment in now. We're going to do that. Then let's get better kitten stacking the sugar up. And we need a whole entertainment district. Oh, but we need buses. Let's do the buses. Oh man, we need more people. So we need a bus, like a bus district. So I think the buses should be based in Better Kitten World, since that's communist. I'm gonna need a few of these to connect everything up.
It has been confirmed that our beloved military mascot, Capitan Tropico, will be appearing at the Tropico service.
And these parks just kind of taking the edge off the damage from that, but... And then maybe we bring the... I don't really want to cut this tree down by building a road down the back here, but it would kind of finish that sector off. So maybe we'll do that. A lot of trees. No, we don't need too many trees. No, I like the trees are pretty. Can we put the entertainment district on the cute little island? This one. Yes! Yes! But it's not going to be efficient, unfortunately. Because it would be... The bus plan would be to link this, right, area to MCAT and then to the centre here. So then everybody can get everywhere on the bus. And then I thought maybe we could have the entertainment here or even along here. But let's get the buses in first, just so I'll show you how they work. It's really good to... Bus is very satisfying as well. They're a very cheap way of like making your island really efficient, especially if you've got districts, or a really fun way to play is not just to build a city, especially when you start in the colonial era, is build a bunch of little villages around the island first. Get your population up really big with a bunch of little villages, and then slowly grow them into towns that are linked by buses and cars and stuff is pretty fun. I don't think there are Yowie or Yuri caves in this. Well, we can make a bridge. We can make a bridge to it. That's true, but we'd have to. Okay. Okay, this can be done. You're right. This can be done. We can relocate Stonehenge. And you could make that a cute little entertainment island now. Which feels like it's either... No, because we're only 4 cats in this game, so that's going to be an extension of Better Kitten's realm, really. And we're going to have to move the pirate base. We got loads of money. We can turn this little mini island into a little entertainment district and drive a bridge over here. Let's have a vote on that, though. Just basically, let's do a poll, yes or no, on cute little entertainment party island. I don't know how this vote is going to go, but let's do it anyway. Let's do it anyway. Vote either for the party island, so for the party island, or against the party island. Pointless exercise in democracy here, but I know some of you like to win votes with like a 99%. It's this island. Actually, if you haven't been to Budapest, Budapest is a really nice city, and it's got some great little party islands in the Danube, I think. Unless I was dreaming. I was there for some kind of lantern festival. It was really cool. Techno party. Bit like the parties on the Ostrov in Vltava, but bigger, because it's the Danube. Just in case someone... Are we having a vote then? Is there a poll going on for create party island or not? It's quite interesting actually, because moving that, maybe we leave Stonehenge here because I like the plants, and it creates a nice separation. And maybe just maybe move Stonehenge a little bit this way to get a bit more growth. And just leave that in the middle. Party Island won by 88%. Who voted against Party Island? Alright, that can be moved. This involves moving... Okay. I'll just do it. Right, we have to wait 4 months. Because we can't move that thing to build the bridge. We will need maybe another bus, I think. We got 2,300 days to build this party island, so I think we're fine. I think that might go up steadily anyway. Was it your suggestion, Prickly? Sorry, I didn't see who said. Hey! Their plan for humankind. Good morning. Still morning, right? Yeah, we're good. We're good. Alright, is it done? Very soon. Are these the pirates now? We got a little cruiser. Beckin's got a mini cruiser there. Do, don't mind me. Alright, okay. So that's good. Did that bring us sugar? God, man, where are they living? You see, this is why we need the bus. These cheese people, the cheese people are walking miles to get to work. Right. Can I move now? I think if we put it there, it'll be a bit out of sight. So I think we'll build the first chunk of the party island in this zone. Leave these trees, leave this pretty for later, for tourism perhaps. Just build the party district here, if that's okay. And I'll try not to hurt any of the trees, if possible. But I think it's going to be inevitable. Why can't it do that? Hang on. Can I not move it because it's connected already? Let's try this. This is going to be a little bit expensive, but we got loads of money, so just look away now. $1,400, alright. And then alright, this party island. It'll take a little while. Stick a few over there. Spread communism that way for a bit. I don't like to lose trees. Right, let's see if we can move them now. Yeah, that was the problem. Alright, so we're gonna... That was a bit decadent, but we're now going to destroy this bridge because I liked the setup from before. I think we're going to have to plough through with that road, or it's not going to look right. Okay. And we can put another boss in now. I kind of like the radio where it was. Maybe get another boss in there. Alright. Maybe it could be up here. We still get a lot of people with the pirate radio if it's there. No. I think so. You've created a little bit of a problem for me, but let's... We're going to need another bus to make this work. And we'll put that here, and hopefully these guys will... Yeah, maybe put it up here. So that's going to connect these guys to here. Then we're going to have one connection from here to here, which will start with this. No, actually no, it's better putting it like that. Yeah. And then the end we will put here so some people can connect this up. Okay, I'm just going to speed build that. This is going to take these flop people there. Okay, that allows people to get to the church right? And so these 3 places are connected, and now this one can take the party people to the party island. And let's put it by this tree as well. Try and destroy that. And we're going to move the circus. People are going to live. Right, and then you're going to have to tell me what other party stuff you want, and we're probably going to need some accommodation over here, but there's a bunch of stuff we can do. So, a fun fair pier, a restaurant, we can get buskers in there, we get a dance school, we can do all of it. Cabaret, theatre, I don't know, but opera house, I don't know. I think I find them a bit useless, but cabaret's good. El Presidente Club. And then maybe some houses. So let me just check in. Cabaret, cabaret, cabaret. I love a cabaret. And I mean in the traditional meaning of the word. Welcome, and can't do any more of you for that, unfortunately. Yeah, great tunes. And what's his name? Cummings, right? Does a fantastic Welcome in Bienvenue. If you haven't seen it, check it out on the internet. If you like Cummings. Yeah, Alan Cummings, yeah. Great performance of Welcome in. Dance school is also an option. That'd be cool too. I think we're going to just chuck everything in there, but I'm a bit worried about people to staff it. We got loads of money, let's go crazy. Alright, so.
Bark at me, you dog!
Bark at me, you dog! I like this fun fair pier because we've got electricity. And that feels very, look, that feels very party island, no? Or we could have it there, or in front of the circus. Yeah, that's maybe more like it. But people will have to walk. So maybe we bring the, let's bring the bus stop a little bit closer. Can we build the road there? I don't think we can build the road there, can we? Alright, let's move the... Oh god. Let's move this back one then. People have got to get to work as well. We need to think about that. And are we actually... Hang on. Are we growing any food? People still living off rum. I'm wondering whether systemic problems are going to mount in our attempt to build Party Island here, but we'll keep going for now. Look, shacks are showing up. It's not good. Do you mind if we build a few flop houses here? Like that. And then they can just work in these places. It looks a bit... It doesn't... I mean, it's still a party. Right? Yeah, because of this party island you've demanded has got to kick in, hasn't it? Alright, let's just see if anyone's using the buses to start with. Okay, this is a popular bus route. This is the bus of Kitten people and English-speaking cat people going to church is what I think should be happening here. So let's just follow this. There's the bus. Maybe to work. But I'm hoping the people who live here work in the mines.
Oh, we see these days. That looks nice.
Where did you go? You didn't get in the bus. Does that not work? They look like they're going to catch it. No, they're just marching in lockstep. This is the future the communists want right here, look at that. We need to see if people are using these buses. No, then they're just walking off. Alright, so we're going to increase bus people's pay. We need that working. There's kind of a bridge like that in Budapest, isn't there? There's a really big bridge and people... What's it called? Alright, Party Island is beginning to come together. People are still going to Wizards of Magic, but it's not great, guy. We need to change Wizards of Magic. I'm really sorry. You have to demand that. Change it to... let's just do instant democracy with this. Can we change it to clowns or beasts? Just say clowns or beasts. Build houses for professional party people, it's okay. Yeah, Petofi Bridge. Is that the one with the lions on it? Which is the one with the lions on it? Clowns. Beasts. I need more democracy. Chainbridge is the lions. Okay. I feel like I'm only seeing what I want to see. Okay, I did see the word Omegaverse, so we're going to go with beasts. Can we upgrade it? No. Did we build a fire station? That's something we need as well. Right, this is approved portfolio. We're going to change that to support public services, which basically means this library is now attached to this school. Alright, is Party Island working? Is Party Island working? Yeah, I think it's working.
What does he mean by that?
Monica yawns. I love my money so much. I love my money so much. I love my money so much. Okay. Sheer capitalist? Yeah, okay. So crazy capitalist. Extreme capitalist. Only thinking about money. Constantly. And how sexy soldiers are. There's Monica.
Busy.
Michael Bauer is a strong militarist. Let's have a look at his thoughts. He's thinking about veteran care. Veteran care, okay.
Please excuse me.
God is good, I give him 5 stars. Die-hard capitalist. Die-hard religious capitalist, James Sullivan. These are the kind of people we got on the island because of English-speaking cats' very successful propaganda. The Muse. These guys are doing good. I'm tempted to increase their pay. There's loads of there's not many communists. The communists are actually the smallest people. Now the capitalists are completely dominating, and the religious as well. So it's MCAT and English-speaking cat. Can we praise the allies yet? No. I think we need to abduct more party people. So let's abduct a few more people to work in the party mines. And you said it was okay if I built some housing for them. So let's stick a flop house by that. And hopefully that won't be too depressing. Hey, Oxtree, thank you. Appreciate it. So, restaurant, I guess. That was kind of fun, no? Let's just leave this, maybe. Maybe a pub. Now the pubs will get better if we supply our rum to the pubs. And then maybe make this a little bit prettier. But fun happiness has gone down. We're going to need to increase the pay of everyone in the fun industry. Or the party island is causing the problems with the fun because people can't get to the party island. And they're just going to Stonehenge, which is lame. Oh, I didn't answer your question. Sorry. What was the question? Party Island needs more bridges. Well, I don't know. It's coming together. Let's let it flow through because the bus has already been going for a while. Which cat is in charge of Party Island? At the moment, Better Kitten is in charge of Party Island. Definitely. It's an extension of Better Kitten's realm. Because there are only 4 cats in this. There are only 4 cats in this phase, and then 2 more cats will come next time. And maybe one of those cats can be given this island. We'll see. Or maybe Better Kitten will move here. Access to fun. Right, everyone's being paid maximum. No, not these guys. God, it's gone down again. Boss. Okay, we're just gonna have to watch Party Island for a bit. I will look at the thread. Well, I'm just gonna put the camera here and I'm gonna look at the chat for a bit. And just keep your eye on that boss. Okay. Communists are in charge of the fun at the moment, yeah. Alright, a lot of people got off the bus there, including a nun.
Nice weather.
And they're mostly heading to that, and a bunch of people are coming back, so maybe that's working. We've not built a cabaret, so this is just working class fun here. The problem with it though is that you take people, Rumi, right? So there's 3 people working here for nothing. No one's coming because everyone's going there. So it's really just for effect. No one's going in this bar. It's like the Herner bars from before, you know, they're always empty. People are using the restaurant though. But again, not so many people. But it's gone up by 1. Fun happiness 1. Fuck. Slums. Okay, alright. Maybe another problem we might have is there's no food over here, so people are having to go quite a way to get food. So let's... Oh man, there's not even coconuts on this island. Fish? Yeah. Okay, so let's get more fish in, and we can can that later. Or we just put a grocer's... Well, no, let's do the fish anyway, and the grocers. We need more people. I have a suggestion, which is the penal colony. So basically we increase the immigration rate, but it has a chance of each immigrant being a criminal is increased by 300%, and we also get paid by people to take them. But I think we need people. No, we've got people. We've got people. What am I saying? Is there something I'm missing, or should I just let this tick through, do you think? Do they need some slums over here, maybe? Penal colony. You'll beat my penal colony, babe. I love a good penile colony. Thanks, Mom. We're back to slums, I think, yeah. Well, this is Fun Island. This is what you wanted. This is the future you wanted. That's what it's become. It was quite a nice little island before. But we've raided it. Like the penal colony of Georgia being right next to Disney World. Now you read mine? We need a cabaret. Okay, yeah, that's a good point. I don't see the point in this. Maybe let's knock that down. And people are coming a long way by bus to get here from English-speaking Cat's Realm, so maybe we put a theatre or something up there for him. That's quite English-speaking Cat, isn't it? Oh, there's a dance school. No, let's do the Opera House, Cabaret. Smash these slums up. Yeah, okay, do that. I don't know why they're here. We're just getting to the strip club now. The strip club is just being finished. The first one. And that has... No, there's some like entertainment things that let you spy on people as well in the later game, I think. Right, we're nearly there. We're 2 points away from fun and happiness. We've got 1,000 days left. Let's pay the strippers more. More connectivity is needed, I think. What about a bus that's direct? Like another bus here that goes direct to Fun Island. Yeah? So they're not catching several buses, they've got another bus to go direct. Buses. Right. Okay, and then the bank, so the bankers can get there as well, and place ending bus stop right here. Yeah? Okay. See if that helps. Still got 16 unemployed people, so the bus should run. What's the accommodation like over here? There's lots of alerts flashing up. 32% approval. Okay, we're going to need to slow the pace down a bit. Oh, we won it. We won it. Okay, okay, we made it. We made it. Fun Island won. Let's just watch it a little bit. There's space for you over there. I just want to watch that run through. Yeah, okay. And who's she?
May just squeeze past, please.
She's on her way to the clinic. Where's she work? Cabaret. Okay, okay. Yay! There we go. There we go. Okay, everyone's reaching Party Town. The magic of socialism. Look at that. That is pure socialism right there. I think we're going to need more buses. That's great, thank you. Was that Lilith Prince that started the Party Island idea, or was it Prickly? Yay, socialism, but okay, that's great. Loads of people having fun. Let's check it out, because people have got to be having crazy fun. Loads of capitalists, guys! Loads of capitalists! I think we're going to have a bit of a political conversation now. I'm happy for this situation to continue. There's 76 die-hard capitalists and 24 die-hard communists. There are 12 die-hard religious and there are 10 die-hard militarists. People are fanatical about capitalism on this island. Fanatical. They probably even want another bank. The barracks is on fire. Okay, that's not good. We're now going to get a fire station. Oh, look at this. Why did you leave us here? I think it's going to require that road. Yeah, more banks. What's the UN? What's the UN? With the UN's here. How do you feel about that? UN, are you pro-banking? Still 18 unemployed people though somehow. We didn't do the penile colony, did we? Right, I feel like we should move Stonehenge a little bit. Let's do that. Let's say we're going to do that. And hopefully that'll now repopulate trees here as well. And then we won't touch that. We'll just let that be beautiful. Now we're going to need... Can we add a communist newspaper? Yeah, we can do all this stuff. Let's slow down. Because English-speaking cat just wants us to run ahead. Let's deal with the Americans. There we go. Right, they're happy. Meaning they're not just going to invade the island and crush us. Frothenge. A popular site for people to take their dogs. Alright, so, I mean, do you want to start this kind of new... Well, actually, I don't even know what you want to do. Do you want to deal... Like, okay, alright, let's... There's 135 capitalists to 71 communists. And I'd say the religious are kind of allied with English-speaking. These guys are all benefiting from this now. English-speaking cat's realm is basically that whole thing. There are a lot of capitalists in there. If we leave it this way, then we will be at the mercy of the capitalist faction. Let's get some sugar. So basically I'm going to go, this is going to be a politics thing. If you want to swing things a little bit more in favour of better Kitten, we're going to need more propaganda over on Party Island. There we go. Alright, that's the Americans bought off completely. That's great. Fuck off. Alright, let us run the country our way. Alright, we can't really... Oh, we sell rum. Let's sell rum to the Allies then. There you go. Communist propaganda? Give better Kitten the Hollywood media. More propaganda. Alright, so you want communist newspaper started? Because we've already got a communist radio station and it's not... We can pay them more. It's affecting a lot of people, but it's not really having the effect we want. Does not affect die-hard orientations. We've created 76 die-hard capitalists. That might be our problem. There's die-hard capitalists. The end goal of this game is basically to try to make it to the final stage and then to turn whatever island we've created into Kitten Beach. And for me that probably means environmentalism and but we'll see. What's the end goal of your island? Balance between all factions, local grown or heavy import, survival. This is up to you, isn't it? I mean, I don't have a long-term vision for it. I wanna like that's new. I've actually never done that before. I've played in this before map a few times, but I've not done that. And we've made it kind of work. And in the first round of this, considering it's on hard difficulty as well, everyone did great. Oh yeah, that building's still on fire, yeah, sorry. This is the problem with management through democracy though, isn't it? I don't know where to build the fire station. Let's just dump it there. Yes, there'll be a spa. This is it, though. I know loads of people working class who voted Conservative, growing up with great passion, which I always thought was odd. But there you go. It's because it kind of ties itself to patriotism, I think. We should have a witch coven.
Our money's at work, Prez.
Hey, the capitalist demand has been completed.
And stopped all the auctions.
Oh, look at that. Look at that, though, people. Here we go. This is where we're going to face a difficult choice. 64% approval because we satisfied the capitalist demand. The reason being is that 134 capitalists on the island and 79 of them die hard. Well, that's what Stalin did, didn't he? He embraced patriotism. It was the whole socialism in one country thing, right? Yeah, that's what they say. You know, but I feel like, Laura, I don't know if that's completely fair. I feel like that's a bit of a thing that we tell ourselves. I think it's... These days, it's a lot to do with immigration, right? And you have to be honest about the effects that has on people in certain areas where they're losing their jobs, for instance. There's a socialist argument against immigration. I think Corbyn was kind of like against the EU in part. This is Lexit, if you don't know about it. This is a left-wing argument against the EU because it's basically undermining workers at home, their salaries, right? And people like to put it in terms of like, you know, crude racism, but there's an enormous economic factor to it, and you have to like, yeah. But what happens is the kind of conservative class like takes all the money and don't invest in the services to treat the population correctly, and if the population were treated correctly, we wouldn't have so much of the problems. But and immigration is really modelled on this game, as you know. We've been relying on immigrants, relying on revolutionary immigrants to start the revolution. Yeah, but it's to do with the propaganda. That's what you created this. You created this. You wanted to fix it. This is a very good piece of forum theatre right now. So we've created the stage, right? And the stage is the English-speaking the capitalists have completely dominated the population with their ideas. There are people who are really full on into it. And he's got his newspaper with 2 banks in front of it, a private school. So, Party Island is the answer. I think start the propaganda over here. Right? We want people in this area to get bombarded with communist ideas, but I don't see this as like Stalinism that we're suggesting here, because this is Party Island. So this feels more like anarchy, you know. This is kind of left anarchy. Communist propaganda on Party Island. Alright, let's do it! But when you know, like, as I said, this is for us to reflect, right, on the actual situation. And when we're wondering, like, why are people thinking this way? It's because the adverts have an effect, and if you don't believe they do, you're deluded. Okay, we're not going to be able to get those. It's gonna affect the people living on Party Island, basically. And we may as well make this neat-ish. Maybe not. Okay, let's just stick some. No, there's still houses there. You don't really need any houses. Stick with the parking. Alright, let's quick build that. We've got loads of money. And we'll change that to Red Star. But the money is coming from the banks, fundamentally, isn't it? It's not coming from industry. So that's, we've got quite limited industry. We make cheese from our milk, and we're still making rum. Oh, that's quite good, actually. Let's maybe use the electricity. It's still burning now. Let's maybe use the electricity to improve the ROM thing. So these are various upgrades you can get in buildings. There's some that I didn't know about. Maybe the mechanical milker, you know, these kind of things you don't find out about first. Thunder Still is going to decrease the sugar consumption, which is great. And the electricity stills is going to make it faster. So let's just check the electricity. We've still got plus 50. See, this is great. Everything's full. Everything's full. Everything's full. That's brilliant, guys. Well done. Mechanical milkers. Can we get them yet? No. Cold War. We have to wait. But to be fair, we've got enough milk. It's the soil. I don't even want to look at the soil here. Well, that's alright. people using these buses? Everyone's kind of skipping to Party Island on this bus, I think. Okay, they should be putting that on. The mechanical milker should go on the pleasure island, what, with the goats? A Mussolini photo. Crazy. Yeah, well, look, it's, again, we've been told it's TikTok. Right wing used TikTok very effectively on young men. And all sorts of stuff that was grotesque, like Tate, right? Like vile stuff. And Jordan Peterson, you know, like again, like some of the things he says, you know, are appealing to young men, and to some extent they're true. He's right, you know what I mean. You need to give him credit where credit is due, kind of thing. But at the same time, it's a very very toxic state on the internet regarding this. But, you know, that's cutting through for some reason, whatever reason, appealing to people's worst kind of instincts and stuff, lower natures and that, but it's still cutting through. So if you want to win, you've got to cut through somehow. Right, I think everything's kind of settled down now. Everyone loves us. It's very idyllic. Your mum is going to see Jordan. Well, actually, Jim does a great impression of Jordan Peterson. It's much better than mine, so I'll let him show you sometime. But as I said, it's looking like you're thinking, you know? A lot of people, and this isn't a criticism, but a lot of people who do go and work for the UN would benefit from acting lessons. Because often when you see these technocrat people,
hope and charity.
Technocrat people doing speeches, they tend to look like they're not thinking, like they're actually just saying it. They've memorized it, maybe they've got a little bit of paper and they're good at reading, but they do a speech without looking like they're thinking, and that makes you come across like a robot, and you're not human. And by looking like you're thinking, like Jordan Peterson does, and showing emotion, even though he went way too far on that, it makes people feel like you're human. So my recommendation would be, if you are here from the World Bank today, you might want to take some acting lessons, because it'll improve your communication. Well, it's one of those things you don't learn in school because it's useful. Like I'm constantly amazed, you know, as someone who worked in education for a long time. I'm constantly amazed by the fact that we don't teach every student first aid. Like, that should be mandatory. Like, I know that liberal education be damned. I don't know if they do in other countries, but in the UK you don't. Why aren't we all first aiders? It's like, I'm a first aider. It's like, yeah, we should all be first aiders, for God's sake. No, like, acting lessons are private, I think. I have to maintain something for privacy, but I can give some general introductions on acting theory, for sure. But I do have private students. But first aid, yeah. It's like, Greens are currently the only hope, but they're losing the centre. And they might be right. It's not about whether you're right or not, it's about whether you've got power. And as I said, I think the focus. You got to narrow it down the message, right? The focus on carbon dioxide is too abstract, and raising sea levels is too slow. And I mean general pronoun here, people in that movement tend to doom people out a lot. And you gotta like kind of simplify the message and keep it a bit upbeat and a bit fun. And I think pollution is better because it attracts conservative green votes. And the Green Party, I think, are aware to some extent. They have been told this, the new leader, that they've got a lot of blue-green votes. And you got to hang on to the blue-green votes. You can't just chuck the blue-green votes away, or you're going to lose the majorities you got. And a lot of the blue-green votes are reasonable blue people because they're already willing to sacrifice a lot of their, English-speaking cat leanings because they love nature. But again, some language from the Greens alienates them, and then you're like, okay, is it worth alienating them because we want them to know the truth or whatever it is, and then you lose power, and it's like, well. Walking around with a rifle.
Are you lost?
Yeah, well, I benefited from that as well. I was fortunate in living in an area of the UK that was, I guess, Canadian, in the sense of its very good attitude towards social integration policies and so on. And I benefited from a very strong multicultural policy and feminist policy, and it shaped my ideas. And I think that was definitely a socialist thing, and I'm fine with that. As I said before, I don't see why people think it's logical to think any other way. But maybe that's just the propaganda, Maybe that's just the propaganda. I'm not a particularly strong socialist. I would say I'm a moderate socialist. I'm a stronger environmentalist. That's another faction that comes into the game later on. Well, the UN and the technocrats who want to make the world a better place, or claim they want to make the world a better place, need better communicators. That's definitely true. Yeah, and sorry, just to finish what I was saying on pollution, because it's visible. It's visible, right? You can see it. So it's easier to point at and go, look, that's awful. And it is. And that's why Kitten Beach was, when it started, it's a strong kind of environmental message, because I saw firsthand the plastic, because a lot of the beaches are cleaned. If you go to Rhodes, you're going to like one of these lush beaches like Zambica or something, then it's prepared before the season, right? They clean it up before the season, and if there's a bad kind of wave of crap comes in, then they clean it up again. But on Kitten Beach, we had to do the clean up. Well, I think we may have even kind of accidentally shamed the local, not the local people, but the local kind of council, if you like, to clean it up. But we did a lot of it ourselves, and Wizards Beach. Although Wizards Beach was cleaned by Christos, mainly. Me and the cast did Kitten Beach. And people who were there, who wanted to help out, because they, moved by the cat stories. But yeah, that plastic, microplastics, it gets right in the sand and you can see it. It's like, it's terrible. Well, yeah, but some people don't approve of that work with the kittens, right? Because the kittens cause their own problem. But again, it's like, I completely hear what the critics were saying, but I was more interested about a message and experimenting at that point. And you know, every map square around Kitten Beach is full of cats, like all the way up to the road and all the way down in each direction. It's just swamps. It's not, and there's kittens running in fields in the kind of season where and it's crazy. But for cat people who love cats, it's nice. But for people who see them as an invasive species, then they're like rats. They want to vote, and they definitely want to vote for us. 63% of our die-hard capitalists are going to vote for us, 5% against, and 32% meh. So I say we can do it without a speech, because no one's going to come and listen anyway, because we've got the palace in the wrong place. You want to do a speech anyway? Alright. We're going to have to make another promise. Alright, what's the issue? The issue is religion, but you guys don't really like that. So the next issue after that is housing, which we can improve. So I'm happy to promise to improve housing. Yeah, no, I mean, in the villages where I'm at, there are various intervention programs from vets and so on. You can tell because there's a kind of clip in the ear. But at the same time, there's more cats being generated, and they're coming down the mountain in waves. Like it's kind of out of control. Yeah, that's it. You can see it on some of the cat pictures. Like some of them have been clipped. No, I don't live in Greece part time now. No, I live in Prague. I just went there for a project. Yeah, the cats just respawn. Alright, okay, so let's move on. Oop, well, speaking of cats, good morning. You awake? You awake? You're not in this game yet, Petro. You come in when the he's listening. You come in when the industrialists come in. God, what a beast. Ugh. Live at Kitten Beach, it's Petrocat. Petrocat's just visiting from the US at the moment, aren't you, Petrocat? You're doing some soil surveys and some geological surveys that no one should worry about. But speaking of Petrocat, actually, we didn't look at this. Let's just do that. Remind me about Petrocat if I forget. Because we can look for oil. But the issue I think we're going to acknowledge is housing. The faction we're going to praise, I guess, is the commies, right? We're not going to blame. Do you want to blame the Germans? Do you want to blame the Germans for our housing problem? Yeah, blame the Germans. Oop. No, you can't do the speech, mate. You can't do the speech. Okay, it's going to give me a brutal misclick here. Do you want to promise an improvement in housing? I think we can pull it off. We're blaming the Germans. Settling down now. All right, we'll try to do housing then. Oop.
My friend,
Hey,
my people.
my people.
A golden age of prosperity.
There are no one there. Just some llamas.
It was your trust that made it possible.
We've got a llama. The llamas are listening to. It's one soldier.
Presidente. One of my people. Feel your pain when your walls shudder.
One soldier's listening. The guy is.
Those of you who have
I love you, President.
soon roofs for all
and walls for many.
It's Eric, yeah. I love
Our
you.
efforts are aided by our communist.
One loyal goon. Hey, it's another guy. It's another soldier. Hey, is the president doing a speech?
According to their ability. Equality for all. Especially those who are more equal than others.
Reinforce your armies, President.
Oh, wait.
Enemies to our right.
We have to build a
insurgents
theatre
on our left,
because you're a
demons
pro-communist at
below,
the
and
moment, right?
pterodactyls above. Who knows what's hurtling through the fourth dimension to attack us right now?
Why
What?
work towards
That sounds like a me
when you
speech.
should be battling for the workers? Presidente, please
Oui.
help the comrades. The
Bye-bye.
sweat of their collective brow drips for Tropico.
Yay! So basically, that speech only influences these two people, I think, which are our guards. So I don't know how effective that is. Oh, it did it had a massive effect. Look at that, 75%. Wow. Okay, good call. I think that was Valerie. Good call. This is one of my favorite tunes. Alright, so let's build some of this stuff. We can get a theatre up here, maybe. Chico! I feel like this is going to be a bit wasted. Maybe here, then these people can use it as well. Okay, let's praise the Americans. The Germans are angry with us now. They could invade, actually. We do want to kind of keep our eye on that. We can't praise them. Fine. Oh, we can ask for money off the Americans. You want to? We've got loads of money. Do you want to ask for the money? Okay, Betterkin's get. Yeah, Betterkin's pretty lush, man. Right, it's about. Let's satisfy that demand. Customs office. By the docks, I guess. What's the accommodation like over here? Okay, we're gonna need more houses. It's very prosperous. You missed the big speech. They don't have to walk on the thing, but we can move the presidents here if you want. But that's definitely making a political statement. There you go. Sklumpsh. President English speaking cat. Maybe we can use this a little bit now as well. We have several Germans in the mod squad. English-speaking cat's looking pretty dominant, guys. We need to sort this out. Or the fragile balance of power may be tipped. Sorry, I'm just watching the chat for a bit. Look at this. This bus is nuts. That's English-speaking cast party bus. I feel like this. I feel like these people are maybe being exploited by the people on this bus. This really is the party bus. That is a mad boss. Look, I mean, don't know quite how to put this, but I feel like this could use more accommodation, or we need to... The kids are still in the salt mines, I think. Let's see if we've got any people. We've still got 16 unemployed people. Alright, let's develop another industry. Maybe let's right, okay, let's have a vote. I can either improve the lumber situation and I can get boats on the go and we can put them in Better Kitten's realm, boat production, or I can go and do Terra Kitten Nickelville up here to get the nickel, and then we can make weapons. So vote Terra Kitten or Better Kitten. Better Kitten for boats and lumber, and Terra Kitten for nickel. We're going to build a new town for that. 81% people love us. Look at this. It's crazy support. That's because everybody here is rich. So, you know, we can stumble into a Cayman Islands type of situation. It looks like people are very into terror on the chat there. Well, it's even more fun when you're rich and you're armed to the teeth. Ask the States. I'm not such a big fan of Vienna, I have to say, but Budapest is probably in my top 5, so I'll give you that. I'm waiting for a poll. I think we're doing a poll on this, yeah? I don't know. They have to book me, and I'll happily come to the Budapest Comic Con. Terra Kitten 1. Okay, let's start this then. So we need space for the weapons industry, which means we're going to have to move the castle again, probably. Although it doesn't matter so much. Maybe we put Ishvan up there. We might have to put Ishvan back. Oh no, we put him up here maybe. There we go. We need another bus station.
Our comrades rejoice in your support, President.
+5
And
communist
of course,
standing.
we all rejoice equally.
Back to 81%. We're just going to mutilate this guy in the election. Okay, so I'm just giving these guys the basics over here, and then we can, since we're here, maybe Terra Kitten can get a little bit of farming going on. Is there any rubber? You want to get the rubber in? Get the rubber? Let's get the rubber. Oh, we were going to look at oil, weren't we, for petrol? Piggies! And let's look for oil. Ooh! Oh! Looks like a moral decision is coming up, guys. I'll just let that one sit with you for a minute. Don't anybody tell English speaking cat about that. Don't tell America about that either. Oh, there's a massive oil deposit on the Pleasure Island. On the island we built, we could turn this whole thing into a giant pump. And less over here. Maybe, look, if you want, we can probably get a few oil pumps down there without anyone noticing. Oh, you left your morals in your other handbag. A giant pump on Pleasure Island, yeah. Just don't tell America about this. This is the problem, if you missed it. There's like a big oil deposit there. And a little one here, and then otherwise I don't think there's any. There could be some offshore oil, but if you do the offshore oil, then it kind of messes up your beaches. So, some decisions are going to be coming, I think. We'll pretend we don't know that. And we'll just carry on with Nickeltown. And then we need a weapons factory. Ooh, there we go. Boom. Terra Kitten. Okay, hopefully that will be enough people. Just in case, let's grab some more people.
I knew
Pumping every last drop of pleasure out of Pleasure Island.
Eventually.
Yeah, the religious MCAT loves us. 84% approval. We need more buses and a communist radio in English-speaking land. Now, how are we going to get one of those in? How can we justify that within the storytelling thing? A secret, like a secret pirate radio there. Occupied by a few people who live off coconuts. Oily Pleasure Island. Well, look, this is the rubber's going to come from here. Guerrilla radio. The Pirates of the Witch Coven. Yeah, okay. But it doesn't look particularly gothic around here at the moment. And basically, the kind of ethical problem with Pleasure Island is it effectively serves the die-hard capitalists who come in a party bus every night with banking money. Right, these are more important to work.
I'm sure the good citizens of...
The palace has announced new seismic tests to investigate the robustness of our infrastructure.
Okay, it's an
Don't
earthquake.
be alarmed, but do shelter under doorways.
Do not worry, Presidente. These tremors surely do not herald a big...
We can strengthen all buildings if you want, because we can afford it. Or we can just build safe zones inside buildings, or we can just let it go, let it rip. So, do you want to strengthen all buildings, or just like half measures, or no measures? Let's just do instant democracy on that. Not Kira has arrived! It's kind of like Prince Ali from Aladdin, if you know that. Half measures, half measures. Half measures. Fire started at Cabaret.
It's a landslide, Presidente.
Okay, yeah, we caned that. But again, it's the support of
size of the workforce.
at least 76 die-hard capitalists.
Presidente, I know you always keep your promises.
All right.
But citizens today can be very exacting about what...
Now,
promises
one
are
little
promised.
mini hack for this. Housing care. Housing quality is we're going to unlock the house, which is house work modes. Then we're going to unlock the house building. And then we'll wait for the earthquake to finish. Half measures, he said.
I've got nothing against the big guy, but you can't sell tickets to church. I've tried. And let's face it, every penny spent on charity is a penny wasted. For-profit business is always...
We've got one church on the
God may
island.
excuse your blasphemy, child, but I've always found forgiveness the trickiest part of my religion. El Presidente, ignore this messenger of mammon and invest in for-people business.
Messenger of Mammon. Okay, do you want to vote English-speaking cat or MCAT? English-speaking cat or MCAT? Basically, do you want a fire station or a church? English-speaking cat. MCAT. Momhon. MCAT. MCAT! MCAT supremacy. My favourite cat. MCAT. Let's build another church. We'll put it to the capitalists, and the capitalists can pay for it. We can get rid of this chapel and build a church up in Terra Kitten's little military base. The Church of Nickel. Right, there's no boss up there as well, so maybe we So we're just going to connect that to this one. And then they can get anywhere. Our approvals dropped down to 51% though, so the earthquake is over. So what we will do now is we will really improve the housing as promised. We're going to modernise all the... Oh, wait, let's... Tropico is under attack. From who? From the Axis? Rebels? Tropico is attacked by the Axis. Ah, shit. Alright. We're gonna have to militarize a little bit, guys, because Hitler's coming. Okay, we're giving them motorized infantry. Germans. God, they're off. They just rinsed through us. Okay, let's build like our... We're getting militarized. Guard tower by the banks.
Do not panic, President.
Yeah, we're building them, Okay, maybe put a watchtower up here as well. And this probably needs another team start. And that's working. Alright, we've got a weapons industry making handguns. We can do that. Right, this is depleting a little bit now. Our economy is getting a tiny bit weaker. But hopefully the weapons industry will sort that out. And we won't need to rip up Pleasure Island for oil.
A good deed, Presidente.
See you later, Elena. Bye-bye.
With absolutely no thought of reward. Yeah.
Okay, people love us again. And now we're going to do this. Oh, wait. What we're going to do is like... Alright, so... If you want, we can now start wedging money into the Swiss bank account. Which is part of winning the game. So, yeah, Petro wants the oil, is what Petro wants. Well, I'm quite committed to the party island because it took quite a while to build. Yeah, let's start greasing the Swiss bank account. And since we have got the religious on side, let's have a religion state policy. Great. And the communists, let's do a labour. That's great, that's done as well. Balloon factory. We're getting rubber.
A message from El Presidente. 5 war bonds.
Okay, English speaking cat feels a little bit secure, but nervous. Right? Next to Terra Kitten now. And this is how it often goes with capitalists, right? They make loads of money, And because they've got loads of money, people get jealous of their money, so they have to hire guards. And then the guards, if they're not satisfied, then they take over society. We win at this game by getting $2 million in the Swiss bank account. Because that's the most difficult. Hey, Miyamala! Thank you. How did you find Evil Gang? Mickey D. Like, loads of money! That guy. I have played Frostpunk. I've completed Frostpunk. When the fucking temperature drops on Frostpunk for the last bit of, I was like, this is the first one. I was like, oh god. What does it get to? Like minus 100? I don't mind doing that. I've got that game. I really like what's happening over at Stonehenge though, that is cool. Right, so we've got some new policies so we can maybe change the government. So do you want theocracy, freedom of religion, or atheist state? Atheist state will disable the churches that we've built. They'll just be there as like relics. Theocracy will basically reduce the crime rate. The priests act like policemen, and the religious faction will love it. But we reduce liberty and we reduce the tourism rating. Freedom. Theocracy because the nun is hot. Oh yeah, there's a big monk. Faction here, isn't there? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I saw that was coming. All right. So. Let's have a vote on it then. So, freedom, theocracy, or atheism? Speed democracy. We want the hot mommy nun to be happy with us. Oh, I don't know if the monk crowd have maybe overestimated their power. The faction. I don't know if we are communists though. We're basically a capitalist state. I'm sorry. Your choices have led to the creation of a very capitalist state. We're voting on the religion and state part of our constitution. I can't tell though. It seems to be between freedom and monks. So let's rule atheism out. All the people who voted atheism, change your vote. And give me one last surge of freedom or monks. Monks then. Reluctantly I'll vote monks. Free monks. God, it looks torn to me. All right, let's pass this to the mods then. Give me a proper poll on this. If anyone's there. And then we've also got to decide on beautiful, thank you. The Labour policy, whether you want them to have a childhood or have no childhood. And also have a longer retirement. This is what Greece got blamed for in the financial crisis. For having early retirement ages. That's what the Germans used to stop Grexit, right? No child, just mines. This is a really tight vote. Okay, I'll wait for the results to come in. And maybe do another one then on work for your whole life, childhood, and early retirement. Children to the mines. Monks won by 52%, alright. Kitten Beach is now a theocracy. And, yeah, we're a thing. And what is it? Life's work, childhood, or retirement? Oh wait, did we have a bit of... Did someone just... No, but that was Nella. That's the official results, no? Put children in the mines. What is this scam? The monks are in now. The monks are in. Early retirement for Florida representation. Nice one. Good. It's a good one. California's fighting back finally. Monks won by 1 vote. That's fine. That's all you need. That's how democracy works. Mines and gruel. Life's work. Oh my god. You've literally created Kingdom Come. Here you go. Theocracy and life's work. Back to Bohemia it is. Alright, let's improve that then. We're going to put pompous bells in the churches. This is the future you wanted. Maybe a little chapel on the island. Possibly a shootout. Nah. But the churches are good. And then we're going to do this because we've got housing quality to solve. So press shift if you want to do this. Modernise all these houses. Oh wait, no, all of them. I didn't even press shift myself. There you go. Boom. And then we're going to electrify them all. So they've got electricity. Get another dude in. And then, even more, we can put them on show off. So, let's give that a month.
There is a flaw in our military machine. We do not have enough.
Ooh! Terra Kitten does not like the theocracy. Ooh, here we go. You vote for Terra Kitten or against Terra Kitten? If we refuse to change the constitution from theocracy, we lose Terra Kitten support. A little bit. Yeah, it's kind of difficult to keep up with the kings, to be honest. Terra Kitten, Terra Kitten, Terra Kitten, that's all I'm hearing. So we've got to find a way to change it from... We've got to abolish theocracy. Alright, we'll fuck off Nazis, can fuck off. Alright. So... let's improve everything dramatically in terms of housing then. I wonder if these Terra Kitten guys are actually rich enough to live in apartments. This is a quite nice little trick as well for people who are starting to play it. They map nicely around a 4. And then you can either whack a garden in the middle there, or a restaurant. I'll probably do a garden. This is pretty bleak. That's completely useless. I should have gone ages ago. Okay, the only way we can break up a road here would be this. So I'm just going to suggest the police. Are we okay to get police in? Ah, did you see that? Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? Yeah, well, it improves the beauty, right? But this place is... This is Terra Kitten's realm, so this is not beautiful. But, where's beauty? Beauty. It doesn't really make an impact there, but you see it makes impacts here. And here. You can see it a little bit. Improving things. Armed nuns. Alright, yeah, let's do it then. But Terra Kitten doesn't want anything to do with it. And if we get rid of this road, and squeeze another 3 in. I mean, what might be useful here is to get in another newspaper in English-speaking Cat's Land, which is either just on Freedom or on adverts. Terra Kitten can suck it, we want armed nuns. Oh, you missed the art slide as well, not Kira. I chucked a couple of memes on there. And actually, while I'm at that, for the people who didn't sign that art, thanks to Forty and Bublina for that art. I love the Kitten Beach one; it's great. But those other pictures came from Val. Not Valerie, but Val, the handle is... Hang on. Val did the picture with the 2 crows, and the handle is at Whrsvl, WHRSVL. Maybe my mods would be good enough to put that in the thread for you. That was months ago. That was in June that was made. Hang on. We're under attack again. Alright, I think we can handle it this time. We've got jeeps. And then Kunus for the Kitten Beach one with everyone dancing. And Slimy with the Kitten Beach squad circling around. And Not Kira, I think, created the memes. Well, it's like there's 2 Marys, there's several vowels. That's why I said the vowel the other day, because I wasn't quite sure who it meant. I think there might be 3 vowels. That doesn't look good. They're coming for better, Kitten, man. They've heard about the communism, and the Nazis are coming. 4 guys standing on a boat. Okay, we got them pinned, I think. Yeah, that's gonna be fine. Right, housing happiness went up a little bit, but we were gonna do more, weren't we? So maybe rather than putting a newspaper, we're gonna put a apartment in there. And the other way we can improve conditions in the flop houses is we can improve the service. So maybe let's put all the flop houses up to that. That's another good hack. If you're playing, like, look, this changes the budget you have, changes the housing quality. So we do that, and that's should make quite a chunk of difference. Bye bye, bye, Nazi scum. Terra Kitten's coming for your monk shots. Okay, so we've got 4 unemployed people. Everything's pretty stable. We just need to solve that housing happiness problem. And then let's move on with completing this phase of the game. So we praise them again. And we want to get them to 80, and then we can request an alliance. We can do that quicker by sending a delegation. So he wants a cabaret near the embassy. So that's dead easy to do. He wants a cabaret near the embassy, but we're just going to do this, I think. Temporarily move it.
Good job there, President.
Okay, so he will stick 4,000 in the Swiss bank account. That's probably what we want from the... Well, no, this looks like a Brit. And then we put it back on Party Island. Let's quickly teleport the cabaret. And then we are gonna sign an alliance. And we might be able to do this before the end of the session. So we have to sabotage the Axis with a commando garrison. So we'll whack that in Terra Kitten's land. Okay, I'd be nervous if I was English speaking cat right now.
In a hard-hitting
are we still free?
The truth about the commandos. They do wear.
Alright, the commandos are gonna go and they're gonna sabotage the Axis 4 times. And then, well, still got the housing quality to improve. Hopefully that will make a difference. Or maybe just go all the way up on the flop houses.
I've got nothing.
Yeah, that is nice. That is a nice approval, yeah.
But you can't sell tickets to church.
Oh man, English-speaking cat and MCAT fighting again.
Every penny spent on charity is a penny wasted.
We've already got 1 police station.
Is always the way.
MCAT wants us to
God
produce more fish. We talked about canning fish. That's something we should probably do now.
I've always found forgiveness the trickiest part of my
So
religion.
I'm gonna go with fish.
El Presidente, ignore this messenger of mammon and invest in for-people business.
Yes. I'm convinced. And then we're gonna can the fish. And we're still not sorted the lumber situation out, have we? So we can't really do boats. So let's check how much this industry is actually contributing, so we can maybe just ditch it. How do we get that revenue? Nothing. I think it's a totally shite industry. Let's shut it down. We'll just move the people somewhere else. Do you want to get a little religious newspaper on the go to maybe like a monk shot like magazine or something? Can put another little newspaper here. Yes. And remember, it's also possible to make money off the media with Penny Saver. Okay, so that's a little bit of a counter current coming in from MCAT there. English speaking cats getting tag teamed here. You're about to get high. Time to get high before your afternoon shift. Yeah, damn right. I got the night shift tonight though. I got night shift down the game factory with the Ziggler. I don't know. If you mean shots of us dressed as monks, it can. Right, what are we doing? We're sabotaging this. Let's try and get through to the second round. We kind of want an industry to take through with us. Another one. Balloon factory. Balloon factory. Nice. Okay. They working? Yeah, they're working. Bigger buckets. Oh man, this place doesn't have any food though. This is a criminal situation. Oh no, they're eating the pigs. They're eating the pigs. We're going to overfeed the pigs. Yummy bacon. Okay, iron lungs help the guys blow up balloons more efficiently. Let's do that.
Keep listening to find out which side we are currently on.
Ziggler night shift. It's Morrowind tonight. Morrowind is this evening. Get shellfish in there. Is there stuff piling up? No, it doesn't look like it. Pleasure Island's working for the capitalists. They just don't need to know about the oil. they were all coming out of the cabaret.
Business news.
Jesus Christ.
Animals and people alike celebrated across Tropico today as El Presidente ended the recent tapeworm crisis.
Yes, Danzig is joining the evening stream of Morrowind from 7:30. He will be here. No, I can put that up now though. Sorry, I'm limited on the upload at the moment, and but I can put it up now. It'll probably be there. Yeah, I'll do that after I get finished here. Okay. My first job. Okay, we still haven't sorted that out. Let's do this. It's costing us a lot of money though. That's all electrified. All boosted. Oh man, we're going to fail the housing happiness if we're not careful. Come on. Come on. Oh no, if you break your promise, there's going to be problems politically. Come on, come on, come on. Ah, I took my eyes off it for a second there. Shit. Okay, alright, I'm going to try an emergency it. 56, come on! Oh no! Demand completed. Oh, just in the nick of time there. Okay, alright. Right, our economy is tanking. Let's just reduce all that spending. That was a ridiculous amount of spending there. We're at the lowest threshold for our banks. We need to wait for the... and let's set them off showing off. And claw some money back. We haven't got the penile thing, no. Do you want to put the penile colony on? We don't really need people though, people want to be here. MCAT's suddenly kind of coming out of nowhere, isn't he? She... Ask for financial aid, yes. Good note. Okay, nearly there, nearly there. Yeah, no, we've taken a loan. We've taken a loan from the Americans. We're getting loads of fish for the religious, so that's good.
Not bad at all.
Okay, so now we're allied with them.
Oh, very good show. Nice islands you have there.
Nice
Certainly
island
won't-
you have there.
Guarantee that they'll survive the war.
Oh, it's a British base. So again, yeah, it's recolonisation. And
The Allies are now our allies too. Together.
we now have to complete 4 trade routes that we can do dead quick. I'll show you how. We do import trade routes. And it's going to cost us a bit of money. And then we can finish this with some time left. Is this Clean Factory working? Yeah, we could do the cannery. Oh, I don't want to ruin Party Island. We don't have any place to put it. Maybe here.
A good deed, Presidente. Performed, no doubt, with absolutely no thought of reward.
Right, everyone loves us again.
Yeah.
Apart from the Germans. Build the horny jail? We don't need it. Everyone loves us. Right, that's one trade route finished. Let's pile another one in. Oh no, we can't import any more crap from them now. Meat? No, alright. I still reckon we can get this next phase done by 1.
The citizens are demanding elections, Presidente. It seems that they want a choice in how they are ruled. So selfish.
Alright, well we've got like 2% of people don't like us, 20% are meh. But we can do a speech now and maybe people will come. So the main issue on the island is faith or healthcare. Let's sort healthcare out. Capitalists are beginning to dip. The religious are the ones that favour us the most. Praise the communists. Let them eat something other than rum and rubber. Yeah. Yeah, we can do that. We may as well blame Germans now, right? And we'll promise improvement in healthcare.
People of Tropico,
Okay,
it is
see
I,
if anybody
your
comes this time.
Presidente. You have showed your faith in me, and that faith will be rewarded. Every Tropican will get what they deserve.
Just llamas this time. Not even the guards are bothering to show up.
Here's the cries of the sick. You say there are not enough doctors to label all the illnesses.
There are not enough doctors.
Soon, everyone will know the names of all their diseases. Our efforts are aided by our communist comrades. To each according to their
There's
needs.
food. There's food. There's loads of food. Look at that.
Equality for all, especially those who are more equal than others. Just as we praise our friends.
It's not even Eric. Yeah, not even Eric showed up this time. Everyone likes him, so what's the point? Like, we all agree with you, you know, whatever you're going to say.
Settled body. Let us speak of the nation's health. More
Yelena.
doctors do I hear? But
On the way
that's
to
not
church,
enough.
the long way.
We need better doctors working longer hours for less pay. It is you,
Breed
my
more doctors.
friends, who I thank for making me what I...
Canal Uno. More than just El Presidente's favorite radio station.
I wasn't looking at the chat so much, but did it notably tip towards the thotting when Not Kira started arriving? Ooh. War amongst the kittens. Right, that's that one done. We need another one. Here we go, cocoa and coffee, and that should finish it for us. The Americans are over 100.
Need your help, President.
Factory. I don't know what they added the balloon factory.
And
There's a
need
fun
steady
little
hand on the tiller.
fulfill export trade with allies for masks. No. When Kira first appeared, the cabaret burst into flame. Yeah, no, I know you. I'm just wondering whether it accelerated that process. Not, I know it was already there. Okay, no electricity. Let's whack another power guy in, power dude. And this should be the end, I think, for today.
Good Lord, President.
So we're going through to the Cold War now. This is stage 3. There's one more stage, right? So we'll do that maybe next week. Hopefully the same time. I need to talk to my mod squad about this, but try to get it kind of regular and put it up on the Twitch schedule for those who are interested. And that will be complete, and then we will be in the modern era, which is very complicated. There's lots of different crows, i.e. foreign powers. There's lots of different factions. There's lots of different things you can do, and it's surprisingly easy to lose power at that age. And you can start there as well if you play this game. You can actually start at the different epochs. So we're going to the Cold War.
Presidente, I would kiss you if it was not treason to do so.
And the Cold War does energy efficiency.
What's next? Certainly not a different kind of war.
We can change our constitution. Oh no, actually the demand for the theocracy's gone. So let's just stick with it. Energy efficiency, economy first, or zero emissions. Basically, we do zero. We can now start tourism in in the Cold War, you can start tourism, so we can start building it into a touristy resort. But remember, tourism isn't like always the more environmental option. Sometimes tourism is the least environmental option for a place. Energy efficiency for Win. Yeah, okay. We do this for you, Win. And then separation of powers is important if you want to do things like assassinate people. You have to have no separation of powers. Official separation means we can only bribe people. And true separation... oh, no. We can do... Official separation... Ow, that's what a courthouse is for. Alright, if we have an official separation of powers, we need a courthouse to assassinate people. Or execute them. The mechanical milkers get them in right now, but that's what you order. The only thing that Leather Pets is focused on is the mechanical goat milkers. That's why they're still here. We can try for ecotourism, yeah. And again, maybe that's the way we'll go, maybe not. We can decentralise the whole island as well in Kitten Beach. That's something anarchist, leftist people like to do. Decentralise everything. And that will break up English-speaking cat. Alright, so you want no separation or official separation? I quite like true separation because I'm kind of left libertarian. Okay, let's go with the courthouses for Nella. And we'll confirm those changes for now. And, yeah. Just before I go, those of you who are here from the block, we can get tenements now, which are kind of the Padlacks that people who live in this part of the world love. These type of buildings, tenements. Communists love them, and that'll get us a big win. But we're going to have to redesign society again. There are new industries coming. Cheese isn't going to cut it. We're going to need to look at that oil. We can turn that into plastics. Gold for jewelry. We can IKEA it. We can make chocolate. And also tourism. And you've got everything from Costa del Sol, kind of like British expat tourists, to like cheap motels, to luxury hotels and so on, beach villas, all that. They attract tourists of different wealth. You need to get the tourist ports to get them in, and then they also filter into things like all your entertainment, so they will massively boost Pleasure Island, and we can extend that. Alright, so I'll leave you then now, and I'll see some of you later for the Morrowind game with the Ziggler. I hope to see some of you there tonight. And I'm looking forward to it. I hope you're looking forward to it too. And we'll leave it for today. Again, give me feedback or send it to the media team, which streams you like. Even which streams you don't like, I'm happy to hear that. Or that you're not interested in. I've heard your requests, but I am interested in feedback on what's going on now, including RimWorld. So, it's quite nice. It's still kind of distinct. Still got that Terra Kitten realm. Moving through MCAT and the milkers. Yeah, we'll get the milkers in. Mechanical milkers everywhere for Black Phillip. And we vaccinate them as well. We vaccinate the goats. I'm assuming yes. So that's going to make our goats more productive. Anyway, we'll do all this next time. So, yeah. I'll go and get some jobs done now. Maybe go and get a shave. And I will see you later. You're awesome. And have a good day. Bye-bye.